You know what? I feel like I'm going through the roster here, but I cannot ignore the Afro-Cuban part. You know,
Yes.
having wanted to go to Cuba and feel like I've been thwarted along the way. What's your view on that? Is should that change, or it's complicated because I know there's a lot of views within the Cuban community here in the U.S. about that.
Yeah, my mom, my aunt, and my grandma came here from Cuba in the late 1960s during the freedom flights. And the situation then and now is horrible, right? I mean, the citizens being oppressed, free speech that pretty much doesn't exist if you disagree with the people in power and really the regime. And so, I mean, we do everything we can to fight for the people of Cuba. But the other thing too is we need to be fighting for the working class people of Cuba too, the everyday Cubans. And so I think there's just a lot that needs to be done. I am, what we've been doing has not been working. Cubans are still suffering. Um,
So is
my
that an
my
argument for engagement, do you think, or to normalize relations? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I am for lifting the embargo. I mean, I think the embargo is the reason why Cubans are in the situation they're in solely. No, no, I don't. I don't think it's the only reason, but I think it's one tool. Embargoes and sanctions. It's one tool that we've used that hasn't worked, and the most wealthy people in the island that we want to impact are just really giving the burden to the working class Cubans because they have the resources to weather that storm, and they're going to continue to weather the storm. That's what powerful, rich, powerful elite people do in places like Cuba. So I do think we need to rethink our strategy there. The Cuban people are suffering. It's not just because of the U.S., but I do think we have a part to play in that, and there's a lot more work that needs to be done.
So